We are deep into off-season, but this bloke here just keeps working on the smell of an oily rag. Here he is, Matty Johns. Good afternoon.
Oh, she's hard going this time of the year, boys, isn't it? Thank God for the Pacific Championships.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you what, thank God for the Pacific Championships and also the Australian rendition of The Office. What a show.
Oh, great show.
What an absolute doozy of a show. Sugar, you're frothing on it.
Oh, mate, I was going to say one of my potty pushers and show pushers for Matthew. What a show, Brian.
MJ, you're all over that, aren't you?
You blokes are idiots, honestly.
It's so bad.
Why did it have?
I don't know.
Why? If you're not going to make it, great, don't make it at all. So, I mean, the UK one is genius, of course. The US one was even more successful, although I don't find it nearly as good as Ricky Gervais's one. This one, when I saw it Australian Office, I thought, yeah, okay, this could be good. You know, this might be the return of, great comedy on Australian TV.
Oh, it was bad.
I was concerned with the trailer, and I was concerned with the reviews. However, I won't be put off by reviews. Recently, Joker 2 has been absolutely pizzled and hammered, and I thought, no, I'm going to go watch it, and actually enjoyed it. I thought it was terrific. And I thought the same thing. Just, Matty, give it a go. Be patriotic. It's a bludger.
Yeah, it's shocking.
It's a bludger.
But it could be so funny.
I've not seen it, boys. But if
I watched 10 minutes.
No, but do you have to actually watch one show now?
Yeah.
Because is it that bad? It could be a little bit good.
Yeah, it's cringy. No, it's terrible.
So you wouldn't even watch one just to say you did it.
I don't watch it because you'll enjoy the cringiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who
might be
enjoys
right
it.
there. You might be right. It might be like Karate Kid 3. Karate Kid 3, the people haven't seen it. You got to watch it. It's the greatest comedy of all time. It is so bad, and it's the acting is so bad in it. It is so wooden. I said to our man Liam Alexander, I said, Liam, trust me, just sit and watch this. He got back in touch with me and said, Matty, you're right. He said, it's hilarious. It could be the worst movie of all time.
Is it up there with Grease 2? Grease 2's the worst show I've ever seen.
I tell you,
Shocking.
boys, I will give you a proper tip, and apparently it's rating the socks off. Colin Farrell, the Penguin.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
Oh,
Very,
mate,
very good.
I've seen 2 episodes, and it's just so it's not real. It is Gotham City and all that sort of stuff, but it's quite a bit more mafia, Brian, isn't it?
Yeah. How good of acting is Colin Farrell?
You seen that, Matty?
I haven't seen it, boys. I've seen it advertised, but I haven't watched it yet.
He actually looks like Richo in it.
I'll be careful, a hot movie after him. I tell you what I've been watching. I just finished, boys, Mr McMahon.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I tell you what. I was sitting at watching it with my own bloke Jack. Mate, we were just stunned. Like, what was happening, like on the show, like the storyline of the McMahons and what was taking place. Like, he was fighting his daughter in the ring. It was just, and mate, some of the stuff that was going on, honestly, I don't know how it went to air in that last 12 months. It's just, but it's very, very good.
You seen it, Brian?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, mate.
I read a few reviews about what was going on. So during the making of the documentary, there's all this other stuff going off on.
Oh, mate, massive. Right now he's in deep strife.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's parts of it that are unbelievable. Like, I'm not giving anything away. It's a 6-part series, something like that. But, I mean, the Owen Hart thing, Joel.
Yeah.
I remember at the time when it happened. So Bret Hart, who was the big superstar, Fletch, and he was gonna go to the WCW, right? And he said to Bret Hart was the champ. And he said, mate, you've got to relinquish the belt. And Bret Hart said, mate, I'm not doing it. I've been a servant WWE and WWF for a long time. I'm not relinquishing it. So, mate, behind the scenes, he manoeuvred it that he lost. Like, he made the referee just do a quick 1, 2, 3, and you're out. Anyway, mate, Bret Hart went to Tomic and spat on Mr McMahon, then went out the back and belted him, and then went to the WCW. But his brother Owen was still there, and they did a cage match, and they swung him from the ceiling, but the bolt come loose, and he fell to his death. Oh! But wait for this. This is the thing. One of the things that completely blew me away is that Owen Hart has rushed away. They get the news that he's passed, and Vince McMahon says, "Well, all these people have paid money. The show must go on."
So
they finished all the rest of the... So one of the wrestlers says, we were literally wrestling on top of Owen's blood.
Jeez.
What was it? Sabotage? The bolt?
No, it wasn't, Fletch. It was just a horrible accident. But the series, it's amazing what took place in the WWE.
Matty, what about where... so Andre the Giant had never lost, but the new champ was Hulk Hogan. So he needed to revivify this thing a little bit. So he gets Andre back. And Hulk Hogan the whole time, there was no script to this fight. It's the biggest fight they've ever had. And Hulk Hogan this time does not know if he's going to win the fight. And he says to Andre, am I going to win the fight? And he just wouldn't give him anything. Would he, Matty?
No, he wouldn't give... Yep, he had no idea because Andre just basically went by his own rules. And they just said... He said, don't worry, Andre will look after you. And he kept going to Andre. I said, yeah, Andre, you're going to play ball. And he said, you just wait. And then they're out there, and, mate, literally they're just making up as they go along. Yeah. And then Andre whispered in his ear, slam me, and picked him up.
But they say he's the grouse.
Oh, yeah.
They say Andre was the Mickey.
Yeah. Ladies loved him too.
Mate, they reckon you could put him away. It was...
Sheila's or beers?
It was, mate, yeah. He was like my Uncle Herbie. My Uncle Herbie was Cessnock's greatest drinkers. He could drink 38 schooners in a sitting, Uncle Herbie. But, mate, Andre could knock that over in an hour.
Oh, he's a big man.
Oh, wow.
Matthew, we were discussing short-term contracts, and we want Shaun Johnson.
Oh, yes.
We want a club just to pay him just for 10 games a year. Just to come say, one game in, 4 weeks off. Thoughts?
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Would be. I mean, look, you're looking at the halves out there at the moment, you know, and I mean, basically how clubs are at the mercy of not just their coaches, but more specifically their playmakers. And yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that, Fletch.
No,
Joel, I think it's a good idea.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
like you got 30 players, right? If you could sign someone like a Shaun Johnson and just say, mate, listen, we know you don't want to do the whole off-season. We know you don't want to do another 12 months of this brutality. Would you like to just turn up for 3 months, turn up fit, do your Colin best? Away you go.
I tell you what, it'd be a good help for young Isaiah Katoa at the Dolphins, playing 10 games there alongside the young bloke.
Yeah.
Helping him through. Yeah, a few clubs could really do with him.
What do you think of the game, Matty?
Yeah, I thought, Fletch, I thought it was terrific. I mean, it's funny. It's a little bit like I'm into it, but I think everyone would agree after the end of a long season, then you have that break after the grand final. It's a little bit like watching cricket in July.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people are watching it. Like, you know, on a Sunday afternoon, I was looking forward to it. I thought it was a terrific game. Harry Grant was, oh man, you know, considering Harry, you know, his first half it was a little bit scrappy, but you didn't know behind the scenes he was making 40 tackles. But he was very, very good. Kini, the young fullback, mate, he was, because I remember. Now, I've been terrible with names. I'm trying to think of the Parramatta fullback who actually made his debut with New Zealand at fullback after one game.
Oh, Brent Webb?
No, it wasn't Webb. He played at Parramatta. Then he went and played Union. Christian.
Not Chris Inu.
Chris
Inu.
Yep.
Yeah, Christian Inu. Yeah, I think he made his debut for the Kiwis after one game, or maybe even hadn't even played a first grade game. But that young bloke yesterday, I mean, geez, I tell you what, they're doing the Dolphins a solid because the experience and the confidence he's going to get out of this championships it'll be huge.
Yeah.
Titans.
Titans.
Keano,
Kini. Yeah, exactly right. Hey, Matty, I know you love your ponies too. What about which we in our lifetime moving forward we may never see this again? The Via Sistina run. Can you believe that?
Mate, well, I tell you what, Joe, it was incredible because I reckon J-Mac's been struggling a little bit in Melbourne. And I think, you know, just naturally probably your bearings, just you're racing the other way. And I imagine that the Melbourne hoops would give him no quarter. But, yeah, that was amazing. I'd say the week before, I think I might have texted you, Joel, the Magic Man, the Brazilian.
Yeah, João Moreira.
Mate, his run... I backed it in the first. It was unbelievable. There is no way in the world. It was sitting behind a pack of horses, and he weaved through them and won. It was the best ride I've ever seen, but J-Max was a beauty as well.
50 metres out, he's up in the stirrups.
Yeah, to see all the
it's a great story.
100 Group 1s.
Yeah.
And guess who's building his house, Matty? The Likeable. Simon the Likeable is building his house.
Is he now?
So if anyone who knows Simon the Likeable, you'd be wondering what is that connection between Likeable and J-Mac. But by all reports, he's doing a good
Oh,
job.
I bet it's a nice house.
By all reports, he's doing a terrific job.
Oh, dear. Oh, plenty of glass, I reckon.
Are you, Matthew, are you going away? Oh, yeah, you are, aren't you? You're going somewhere funky.
No, Fletch.
Oh,
Trish is
kiboshed
going
it.
away. I pulled the pin, mate. I tell you why, mate, because my dear dog Charlie has got a tumour, and so she's not well. And I said to Trish, I can't leave her. So Trish is going away. She's going away for a couple of weeks. So I'm
Spending time with the dog,
looking after the dog.
What's the where is the tumour?
On the bowel.
Okay.
So it's awful. So what happens through the night? She barks because she has the sensation she needs to go to the toilet. She's out there just basically squeezing the cheeks for like 30 or 40 minutes, trying to punch one out and just can't do it. It's just drizzling out. If anyone has got any tips on with dogs who have got anything like a tumour on the bowel and anything I can do to sort of just get that out of there, mate.
What about operate, Matthew?
Yeah. Well, no, she had chemo and radiation. She's still going through chemo. It's bloody heartbreaking.
How old is she, Matty?
9.
Yeah,
9,
okay.
Joel.
So it's been...
I tell you what, it gives you... look, I don't want to compare it, but I'm sitting there the other night, I'm sitting out the back and I'm watching, I'm thinking, and I thought to myself, what about those poor families with their kids, and you look at Ronald McDonald House and, do the hospital visits, oh my God, unbelievable. Look, I'll talk plain here. Like, Charlie's just a dog, but it is like one of your kids. But really, I just think sometimes for some of those families, the heartbreak, it must be... Anyway, I didn't want to bring it down.
Yeah. No.
Apologies, I'm getting quite...
Get emotional.
I said to Fletch the other day, I'm getting quite... I don't know, the other day I was in a rather dark mood, and I was saying, I was sitting there, I was thinking about a lot of things.
Well,
that's when you turned 50, you said that. You said, as soon as you turned 50, you said, 2000 was 24 years ago. If we go back in that time, we go forward, we're 75.
Yeah, that's true.
75.
I know. Fletch, unbelievable. There was a classic game on earlier this year, right? And it was Newcastle Knights versus the Great Britain side coming out. They came out in the early 90s, 92, and I'm on the bench in the game, and it cuts me on the bench, and I went, Jesus, how young do I look? And I went, geez, that time went quick. And I go, okay, and I calculated when that time happens again, and as we know, time accelerates as you get older, I'll be 82.
Oh,
I thought,
no.
yuck.
Yeah.
I'll be shitting myself and all sorts of stuff.
Don't think you'll get to 82, Matthew.
So, Fletch, I do need to change the lifestyle.
You do.
I will take
just wait until we get back from Vegas.
Yeah. Good call. Just one more hurrah.
Yeah, it's like that movie I watched the other day, speaking of trivia movies, 80 for Brady. I don't know if you watched.
What's it like?
Oh, far out. What a
Office
disgusting movie.
Hey, Matty, I'll leave you with this. You've got to see this. I know you love your music and those sort. ABC iView, Michael Hutchins Mystify, and it talks about his story and,
yes.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it. Our man Fenno.
Yes.
He produced it. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, but ask him what he thinks of what his, because he is in love with...
I know. You're an Oasis man.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd be able to answer this. So,
I call him Loasis after I saw this.
So
it was. I know the Noel Gallagher has-beens should not give awards to Gunnabees.
That's it.
Not great.
Yeah.
So do they come over the top of INXS Oasis in their career?
Oh, wow. In America... No, not at this point. But I like in the UK. Yeah, certainly. I think in the UK, no. But a lot of other places, I would say yes, particularly the States. But I will say this: Noel Gallagher, he was on a show the Palooka, who used to be in one of the bands. Anyway, it's not important. He had this show called Make Your 6 Favourite Songs. And Noel Gallagher, one of his songs was Baby Don't Cry by INXS.
Oh, wow.
And he came out and he said at that point, he said on the show, he said, listen, I did this at awards and I really regret it now. Which I thought was quite big of him.
I didn't know that.
But too little too late. But yeah, it was it caused a lot of controversy at the time. But that's how they were. They were back in those days. They were sort of
cavalier.
Yeah, they were cavalier, sort of that lad attitude. So yeah,
that was all part of the shtick.
Yep.
It was.
Anyway.
And you're part of our shtick, Matthew. We appreciate that on a Monday
Joel,
to have you,
Roger,
mate. Thank you so much.
Hey, you missed a
Thanks,
good,
boys.
You missed
Thanks,
a good lunch
tourist.
Friday too, Matthew.
Did you, Fletch?
I was big.
Yeah,
Big.
mate. I can imagine. I've had some photos come through.
We got wonged.
You chit-chatting at the bar and things like, very, very good. Heard a couple of reports. I was envious.
Yeah, it's always good on Friday.
Have a good afternoon, Matty. All the best, mate.
Mate, happen again, boys. God bless you all.
Yeah.
And God
Start
bless
wearing undies
listeners.
too, Matthew. You've got to start wearing undies.
What's that?
Start wearing undies. 'Cause
Sorry, boys.
You know.
I got a bad rash down there.
Yeah, there he goes. Look, he's
Anyway,
hanging up.
better
He
than
can't.
the tumour on the bowel.
doesn't know how to do
that's
it.
for sure.
He can't hang up quick enough.
he doesn't know what he's
Sorry,
doing.
boys.
Look, he's still there.
That's why you do the YouTube, folks. There he is, Matty Johns. He's still trying to work it out. That's just beautiful stuff. Tourist, thank you very much. 1300 01 1170. He just shut the laptop.